Now, Brunch with the Tour. Brought to you by
Clearwater Irrigation and Drainage too.
And J&M Roofing on 1010XL.
All right, a day late, but no dollar short. Stuart Moore in studio with us for Brunch with the Tour. We look back on the revival is finally concluded for Ricky Fowler, so we'll look at his victory. Also look ahead and make our picks for this week's John Deere Classic, which is basically just kind of it's a last chance for the British Open is what it's become, right?
Well, I mean, the British is 2 weeks out.
Right.
So, it goes John Deere Classic, Scottish Open, British Open. But I think the John Deere Classic has it's made its name off of guys having kind of breakthrough performances. I mean, obviously, Jordan Spieth is the first one that comes to mind, but you also had that great run of Steve Stricker 3 years in a row. And people forget back when it was it the Quad Cities Classic or the Hardee's Classic when Tiger Woods turned pro. And, he won toe-to-toe with Ed Fiore, the grip, but lost. But I know where this segment's going. I heard the top of the 8 o'clock hour, the little bit of the rant, the Rose Zhang, the Pebble Beach, and all.
A rant.
A little bit of a rant. But I think what's cool about the John Deere Classic is, one, I mean, I've been to that tournament twice, and it's like the little engine that could. If you've ever been to Quad Cities or Silvis, Illinois, there's not a whole lot going on. It's not the nightlife that you would expect to see at some other tour events, but the whole city shows up.
He's a big Club 54 guy.
It's called the Deer. It's this great dance club. No, nice. But I mean, I think you see a lot of the young kids come out, and this is where they kind of break through, and then they go on and have bigger careers. But it's a great finish. It's a great setting. But yeah, also a great week for women's golf. I mean, people have been waiting to watch that at Pebble Beach for a long time, and here we go.
Well, it's the force that is going to become through promotion and attention. Rose Zhang. I mean, she just turned 20. She's Tiger. She's a female Tiger. You don't like that. You don't want to admit it. You think it's some sort of.
Well, yeah.
I mean, she's got she just turned 20 a month ago. She already has the course record at where they're playing. By the way, you can't just dismiss this.
I'm not, but you can't call her a female Tiger.
Okay. She is playing a major, and she is the betting favorite at 20 with 2. No, you don't get to turn your lip and
not Tiger.
Bro, she is the favorite to win a women's major in her second event as a pro.
That's great.
Tiger was not a favorite to win.
But Vegas doesn't determine who the greatest is.
No, it's real easy as you look back what Tiger became. It's real easy for you. So, congratulations. That you can look back knowing what Tiger did and say, Rose, it is the same thing. She's the betting was Tiger the betting favorite at the Masters in 97?
I'm pretty sure he was.
No, he wasn't.
There probably wasn't a betting
for
Are
God's
you kidding
sakes.
me? You forget how quickly this guy came onto the scene, winning in Vegas, winning in Disney. By the way, he turned pro in like freaking September, so he had to get through the USAM, so there wasn't a major for X number of months. Oh, here we go. We're going to the Google machine.
I mean, you're just this poor disservice you're doing to this Rose Zhang.
You can't just
caught everyone's attention but yours.
Put her on the Mount Rushmore. I think she's fantastic. I watched every shot at Liberty National when she won. It was incredible. The playoff, the 5-wood in the playoff.
Have you ever done that? What? You ever watched every shot that a woman took on a LPGA tour?
I mean, I watched the last hour.
Okay. Have you ever done that before?
No,
when's the last time?
Probably not.
Okay, well, you just proved my point. We can move on.
I can guarantee you she is not. Can the Googans get on the text line?
What?
This is ridiculous.
I'm not saying she's Tiger. It's
LPGA.
You said
you quote unquote, she's the female Tiger.
For what? That's correct. You're allowed to say that. That doesn't mean there's a qualifier there, Stuart. How do you have such a high-ranking job at the PGA Tour office?
I didn't realize I did.
How do you? I mean, it's not the same.
I'm SVP of agronomy.
Yeah,
I work in grass.
Apples. It's a ratio, you see. So what she would be to the LPGA Tour would certainly pale what Tiger is to the PGA Tour. What I'm trying to tell you is she's 20 years old. She holds the course record at Pebble Beach. She is playing in the Women's U.S. Open, and she's the betting favorite with zero experience.
And that is really cool.
Exactly. And it'll be even cooler when she wins this weekend. And then the only question I had, which I guess you positioned as a, quote, rant, will be if LPGA TV ratings this weekend beat PGA TV ratings this weekend, because if they do, I would suggest it will be the first time in the history of mankind. That's all. Maybe it's not near enough. I'm not saying it is, but I think I have a better grasp on this than you because you're so golf intensive. I know dudes that Rose Zhang is not just another.
I don't hang out with
not
friends.
Nelly Corda. It's not. It's a much bigger.
I will say that I do not know the TV times. I would hope the USGA is not making the same mistake they made with the U.S. Open by playing golf until 11 p.m. Eastern on a Saturday. That said, I would assume we're going to get some pretty good primetime Pebble Beach coming down the stretch. So, yeah, I mean, from a TV window standpoint, from the excitement around it, Pebble Beach, one of the best venues they've ever held the U.S. Women's Open on, and obviously the excitement around Rose, it should do a pretty good rating. I hope it would. We're also in, let's be candid here, a little bit of the doldrums of the sports calendar. When you kind of get through the NBA and you're waiting for training camp to start. So people are thirsty for something, and it should be exciting. I'm not taking it away. I mean, Tiger's just listen, you're older than me. I mean, you remember 97 and all this stuff. I feel like there's a lot of young kids that are like, oh, the Tiger, like, no idea what that was like back in 97.
I would say right now what you're saying about Rose Zhang, I would put on par with Curtis Strange's talk to Tiger Woods. I would put it in the same exact boat. When you'll learn, kid, or second place.
No.
I think that we're going to look up, and to my point, in 8 years, Rose Zhang's going to have 16 majors, and that is why I'm saying she's positioned as the Tiger of the LPGA. That's what I think.
Yeah, okay.
And a part of that is she ain't beating, Ricky Fowler, Jordan Spieth, and Brooks Koepka every week.
A little bit of that too, right?
For sure.
Yeah, so, but it's good. But good for that. I mean, this is exciting. This is an exciting time for them.
Do y'all? I'm sure you do some sort of it, but in your PR market research for the tour and how to promote it and the personalities that garner attention that people gravitate to, where does Ricky rank in all that?
Man, he is. It's interesting. He is really, really high. And I think it's we hadn't seen him win in since whatever that was 2019, and he's not the same Ricky as when he won at Quail Hollow in I think 2012. It was the all orange. It was the hair flowing out the back. We didn't have the sunglasses. It was the orange Puma, and the guy. Listen, I mean, he's got he's got kind of the chin strap beard and the Oakleys and he doesn't give a lot of emotion and he's candidly, this is kind of nerd media. He's not a great quote. But the fans just love him, and the kids love him. Anyone that loved golf, in the early 2010s, loved
I think they
Ricky
still
Fowler.
do, even though more golfers have come along with some colorful flair. Part of Ricky, he was the bright colors and the flat bill before anyone else was, and he came from the motocross background. So I do think the kids gravitate him. And to your point, I do think they've stuck with him. I still think they find him to.
Yeah, and I think the cool thing about him, he's got all that flair, and he's got a great swing too. He's got that. Not Arnold Palmer, but that kind of swag, that swashbuckling, just, when he's ripping that driver and that little baby fade. He's also, one of the nicest guys on the PGA Tour. And the stories of what he has done for other people that don't, make headlines because he doesn't want to talk about it, and he doesn't do a lot of that look-at-me type stuff, has been incredible. I would also say this, and shout out to his team at, Wasserman or whoever represents him. The guy can rep a brand. He will – he has kept his name out there without, winning for some odd years because of partnerships that he has. And so when you see him do a lot of stuff on social, it's like a paid advertisement.
I think he is a Rocket Mortgage guy,
isn't he? He's an ambassador.
And he won that. He's also he's farmers. He's a farmers guy.
Yeah. No, he's a
bunch of guys.
And what a shame that, obviously the weather was horrific, especially Sunday afternoon. And they had, I think they told me about one more minute after that playoff, and they were going to blow the horn and probably be done for the day and come back Monday. But the fact that this,
I want to get back into that part, but continue.
But the fact that this had to be on kind of a tape delay, and listen,
that's what I want to talk to you about.
If you've got a phone, you can watch it.
Yeah,
again,
that kind of thinking, you'll lose fans faster than you can get them. Well, I get it. If you got a phone, you can get them. That ain't the answer, dude.
Well, but don't complain on the phone on Twitter when you the same phone.
Yeah, I'm not on Twitter.
I know you're not, but I mean,
I would say this: I'm not. I watching on your phone sucks, Stewie. It sucks. It's not watching it on your
TV.
It's not the same as watching it on your TV. You're talking about streaming it through there.
Yeah.
Stuart, what do you think the demo audience is still for the PGA Tour on a Sunday afternoon? Give me the what does the research say the demo is?
Ricky Fowler in contention?
Whoever's in contention. What do you think the demo is? I
think it's probably
40 to 70.
I don't think it's to 70. I think it's 40 to 55 is the key.
65 probably.
Yeah, over there.
Yeah. I don't think your target demo is
Listen, man. I've got
figuring out a way. I mean, put it on golf. Here's the problem. Here's the bad look to me. When you turn it on the golf channel and you're seeing golf and it ain't live, makes no sense. You can't make it make sense.
No,
if they're going to have a broadcast window, show it live. When you pick it up on CBS, conclude the last 10 minutes, and then show it all again on tape delay, and then you're off the hook, and you're showing the same thing that you would have been anyway.
Listen, I hear you. I'm 46 going on 70, so I'm the last guy that's going to, but I watch the entire thing streaming, and I get it. Listen, it's not a perfect situation, but at the end of the day, our goal is to basically finish the tournament on Sunday, get the guys to the next event, because that's doing good by John Deere. It's doing good by Rocket Mortgage, where they don't have to try to have 10 fans come out on a Monday after a storm blows through, so they want to do good by the community. So there's a lot of factors involved outside of let's make sure the guy sitting on his couch has the best experience possible.
It wasn't a game ender for me. I saw early that they were in a rain delay, so I watched the Braves and other stuff, and then I watched 3 to 6 like it was live. It didn't affect me, but I'm not playing, fantasy or anything else that people are keeping up.
Well, that's the advantageous thing, and everyone does that. You do that during football season, right? If your kid has a game and you don't want to see the Gators score, you're like, don't text me. I'll turn off my phone.
Sure.
So you get home.
No, I play that game every morning. I watch the Braves. 6 innings of the Braves every morning that I've from the night before. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. What time you wake up for that? You speed watch it?
I get it. I do, for sure. Speed through it.
Commitment.
But anyway, so Ricky a winner. How much the needle is moved, I guess we don't necessarily find out this week as they go to John Deere. But when we come back on the other side, we will. Yeah, I'll give you 2 seconds.
Guy.
This is about one thing. It's about Hicken not being here.
I love it. You need the support.
Only saving grace.
You need to listen. When I almost bled into the 9 o'clock hour when you were gone.
Need is a strong word.